Hello, I welcome you to this special broadcast sponsored by INDOMITABLE Believers Ministry Worldwide. Now, today, I want to really appreciate you for tuning in each time duty calls. And so today, I would like you to know about my urgent message to all Africans, whether in African continent or elsewhere. This message is for you. So I would like you to pay close attention. Invite your friends, your family members, let them listen to this urgent message. And it's all about Africa returning to her roots. Africa, return to your roots. It's very, very fundamental if Africa must flourish in the quest of developing the continent. We must return to our roots. Let me just take you a little bit further. A tree or a plant that is forcefully removed out of its natural habitat will struggle to flourish, will struggle to survive in a strange habitat or strange environment. How do I mean? Take for instance, yam, cocoyam, or cassava does very well in a rainy environment. In African environment, this crop will flourish very well, especially in East Igbo land. But take the same yam, cocoyam or plant, elsewhere, like Sahara Desert, plant it there, it will struggle to survive, not to talk about flourishing. Why? It is not the natural habitat. It will struggle. If it barely survive, it will definitely not blossom. It will not flourish because you have forcefully taken it out of its natural habitat. Likewise, what happened to Africa? We are taken out of our natural habitats and planted in a different terrain, in a different environment, in a different habitat. The Europeans, the Caucasians were so bold, particularly French. They said that their policy over Africa is the policy of assimilation. They are infusing their culture on every conquered territory in Africa. And so they are seeing Africans as French overseas. And Africans have never thought it wise to detach themselves from this mad imposition. Imagine the French, the British, the Germans, as well as the Spanish imposed their culture on Africans. Today, I am struggling to express myself in a colonial tongue, English. English is not my mother tongue. I should have done far better speaking to you in my indigenous tongue. Having been forcefully taken out of my natural habitat, I am struggling. Everywhere you go in Africa, people are struggling. Industrial-wise, Africans are struggling. In times of science and technology, Africans are struggling. Why? Because We cannot flourish in a strange habitat. Take a cue from the Japanese, the Chinese, the Koreans, and what have you. They have succeeded in domesticated, science and technology in their own indigenous language. Japanese, Chinese, Koreans study science and technology in their own language, in their own writings, not imposed writing or alphabet, not imposed language. So from kindergarten, it has mastered them. They have come to know everything in science and technology in their mother tongue. So they are not struggling. That's why the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans can favorably compete with Europeans, the Americans, and what have you. What the Americans know, the Chinese even know better, because they have been able to domesticate the science, technology, and skills in their own language. African lost out. And that's why the present school system has outlived its usefulness. We must return to our roots if we must flourish. So my message is urgent to every African. And moreover, if African is born in you, this message is for you. Africa cannot continue to struggle. We cannot create jobs. We cannot compete in the international or global league. We have been relegated. And so, remove every religious sentiment. If we must get it right, we must adhere to this clarion call. We must urgently domesticate science and technology in our own indigenous language. It is important, it is urgent, and we must carry it as a project that will never fail. Until next time I come across your way, keep on sharing. If you have not started following, start following. Make your comment in the comment section. I love you all.